Hello everybody, Toni Tesler here with ToniStamps. Today I wanted to show you a real quick, maybe 20 minutes or so, a little quick thing, how to make a box based on how to come up with the size that you need for whatever you're trying to pack. And I'm going to use the Seascape bundle for the stamping bits. But let's get to the stuff. So I got my sister this little hand sanitizer and these things. So I want to figure out, how big do I need a box to be? So I have to think about how might I pack it. So if I go this way, I'm going to need something about 4 7/8, maybe 5 inches or so by maybe 3 1/4. I don't necessarily like that. Let's see, if I tip it this way, then we're down to, looks like 3 1/4. By, actually I gotta turn it this way so I can see my ruler. 3 1/4 by 3 1/2. I could do that. I would be okay with that. And I might even just say 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. All right, and then we look at how tall. So it needs to be 3 inches tall. Okay, so that's our stuff. And this is just my process. How do I figure out what size box do I need? So let's draw out, we said 3 1/2 by 3 1/2 by 3. So we'll do, obviously not to scale. So this will be 3 1/2. This is 3 1/2. Now this is for the bottom. Box bottom. And then we said tall, these would be 3. So 3, 3, 3. So I need a piece of paper that is 9 1/2 by 9 1/2. All right. Yeah, I chose these pieces. I have a piece of 12 by 12, Pretty Peacock, and 8 1/2 by 11, because I wasn't sure, what size I would end up. And I want to try to use this 6 by 6 piece as the lid because of this little crab. So before I cut or score anything, let me figure out the lid. So 3 1/2 by 3 1/2. So this will be our lid. And we'll have shorter score marks, 3 1/2, 3 1/2. Now, since this is 6 by 6, let me get my calculator. 6 minus 3 1/2 should be 2 1/2. Yep, 2 1/2. That is the leftover spot for these sides. So then we'll divide it by 2, 1 1/4. So each side piece, I'm going to score at 1 1/4. All right. Now, before I cut this, I know I've said it in the past, but your box bottom and your box top, the bottom has to be a little bit smaller than, oh, was that even in frame? The bottom has to be a little bit taller, smaller than the lid. And by a little bit, I mean a smidge, a 1/16 of an inch. So I want to actually cut this down. I don't want to do 9 1/2. I want to go down a 1/16 of an inch. So 9 1/2, that's 8 1/16. So we'll say 9 7/16 by 9 7/16 cardstock. And we're still going to score it at the 3 inches on each side. So here we'll score it 3, turn it, 3, 3, 3. And that'll give us the less than 3 1/2 on the inside. That might sound kooky, but it will work out. All right, so I'm going to cut my paper. And you do need, obviously I'm going to need 12 by 12 for this because it's bigger than 8 1/2 by 11. So let's go to 9 1/2. Okay, so that's right here. Is this still on camera? Yep. And then I'm just going to back it down that way 1 mark, 1/16. Okay. And then cut the same one here, 9 1/2, and then back it down 1/16. Okay. Man, I am a little bit sweaty. And that did not cut that great for some reason. I think I might have glue or tape on my cutter. All right, so let me bring in my scoring thing now. So I'm scoring the bottom piece at 3 inches around each side. 3 inches, 3 inches, 3 inches, and 3 inches. Now before I put this away, so the way this is going to work, I'm actually going to cut, I need tabs. So I'm going to score another 1/2 inch here, and then we're going to cut these corners off. And then actually probably do a little angle here. Angle, angle, cut, angle, angle, cut, angle, angle. Because you need something to attach the side pieces together. All right, so I want a 1/2 inch on this side and this side, just until we hit this score mark. So let's come in, this was at 3, let's go 2.5 and score it right down to the mark. And this is at 6.5-ish. This part is not critical. So we'll go just 7. And then I'm gonna flip it around 180 degrees and do the same thing. 2.5 and then 7. All right, we're good with that. Now, I really should have stamped before I scored, because you know, once I try to stamp over top of this score mark, it doesn't ever get in the nooks and crannies, but that's okay. So I want to get a little scene. Like I said, I'm using the Seascape set, so I'm going to do some of this and some of the seaweed and some fishies and bubbles. You could also do like random stamping all over, but just remember, we're cutting this part off, like these outermost corners, we're cutting them off. And then I'll turn it, and I'm gonna do like every side the same, just to keep it easy. And actually, I don't have to turn the paper, I can just turn my stamp. Jeez. And then one more. So I'm kind of going left side, right side, left side, right side. All right. And then some seaweed. And I want to keep in mind, like when I make the lid, it's going to cover up the top 1.25 inches there. I'm still going to stamp some stuff there, but just realize that you won't be able to see it when the lid is on. All right, and then I took the fish and the bubbles and I mounted them on the same block. And I'm just going to random, I know you won't be able to see all of them, but I don't care. I'm just trying to fill in some stuff. Actually, let me put one back there. And I'm using the Versamark because it's a tone on tone, and I don't have the full-size ink pad for the Pretty Peacock, and it's retired now anyway. But I never had the full-size pad. I just have a little mini cube, and that takes too long. Okay. So now we've got this is our box bottom, and we can cut. So I want this tab, I'm gonna cut this off right here. And this side, so the score mark, I'm gonna cut on the left side of this score mark. All right, and then go in at a little angle, boop, and a little angle here. And I'm gonna do the same thing. So this time on the score mark, I'm gonna cut on the right side of it, because this is the nice panel that is gonna be on the outside of our box that everyone will see. So I wanna try to keep that as neat and straight as I can. And angle, angle. All right, and then turn it around and we'll do the same thing. I really prefer making my own boxes. I mean, in general anyway, because I love making boxes, but I can make a box quicker than I can go like paw through all my wrapping stuff and see what I have that will do for whatever I'm trying to wrap. Plus making it, then I get to use all my pretty papers and stuff. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. So here's our box. And like, remember I said 3.5. Something doesn't quite look right. We'll see. We wanted it 3.5, 3.5, 3 inches tall. All right, we'll see. Yeah, that looks about right. Okay, so just folding all my score marks and really flatten them out with your bone folder. I think the key to a good, like a nice shaped box is having all the corners nice, flat, tight. You don't want any rounded corners. All right, so then we're gonna put tape on our tabs here, and then, okay, that is gonna fit perfect. All right, it just looked off. Okay, and I'm gonna use sticky strip because I still have some, and I really like it for a project like this. Liquid glue would work also, but it is certainly not very quick. And then we can start pulling them up. So I want this side of the piece to be match up with this corner, and we want it, boop, like right there, like right, you want a nice corner. Now you do have to be careful with the sticky strip because it is very sticky. Like once it's down, it's down. All right, that's good. And last one. Okay, now I'm just gonna go in with my fingers and press down on those. I like it. All right, so we have the same little seam. Now let's see. Let's put this here. Ooh, perfect, perfect. Okay. Now, if you wanted to be, you know, a better wrapper than I am, you could put like the shredded paper or tissue paper or whatever, but nah, that's not me. All right, so now we are gonna be able to use the 6x6 piece. These crabbies so cute, you know, ties in. So back to our lid, we said we're gonna score everything at 1 1/4. So let me bring my scoreboard back up. 1 1/4, 1 1/4, 1 1/4, and 1 1/4. Okay. Now this time, I think I'm gonna have to flip this over so I can see, but let me draw down here. So for this, we're gonna make little, what do you call it? Like little angles. Cut that and we'll angle it, and then angle it that way. So straight and a little angle and a little angle, straight, little angle, angle. Just so we have those little tabs. That's gonna make our box go together a little nicer. All right, and again, on the score line, I'm cutting on the left side of it here. Yeah, I bet you can't see this at all with this pattern. I can barely see it. And then on this score mark, we're cutting on the right side of it. Okay. And I'm gonna snip that. All All right, get that off of there. I'm gonna use the fast fuse. Okay, so cute. I'm gonna fold everything up. And again, give it a good press with your bone folder. Get this one and then the last one. All right, and then I want to put tape on these tabs right here. And I just do them all at once, and then I try not to stick my finger in the, get it stuck to something. Okay. Now, since this is just designer series paper, this isn't like a sturdy lid, but it's gonna suit what I need. All right, same thing. We're just gonna match corners. And oops. There we go. And press it and press it. Press. I love it. I love these little crabbies. Okay, now let's see. Does it fit? It should fit perfectly. Oh, there we go. Nice. Okay. I love it. Okay, now ribbon. I have this, this is retired too, so I'm all about using what is in your stash. I have the gold, the white with the silver trim, but I want gold for this. So vanilla with gold, and actually I need a block for this. Oops, how about let's measure how much ribbon I need first, because I'm going to color this because I don't have anything. I want to be able to tie a bow. I don't have anything that is pretty peacock or that is a shade of green. So I'm going to color this with good old Stampin' Blends. And I'm going to use the fat end because it goes quicker. Now I always put this on a block because I don't want all this marker goodness to get soaked up on my paper. And I don't care that I'm not trying to cover this like 3 times or anything. I'm just going to get color down. And then it'll even itself out. All right, let me flip this around. And you only have to color on one side. Okay, you don't feel the need to go back and forth over this and cover both sides. It's just not necessary. And you don't want to use up all your markers on coloring ribbon anyway. I mean, or maybe you do. I don't know. What do I know? All right, so see, this goes very quick. And I use the dark. You could use the lighter if you wanted. I like how it's a little bit variegated, a little darker in some spots. That's all we need. And I will clean this off with alcohol to get that color off. All right, so let's bring this in. And I'm gonna tie it once. Oh, I need my other piece. All right, so I die cut the seashell or the seahorse from the Sea Life dies. Now, let me show you. I know I've said this before. The fish right here and here and here and here, they do not cut this out entirely. Seahorse, same thing. Here and here, they're still attached. And then like right here and right here. And you can see it, I think it shows online barely, like, but if you don't really know what you're looking at, they show it as like part of the image is lifted up and then they've, you know, like sponged around it. So it is intentional. I just don't know. I didn't realize that at first. But all you have to do is give it a little snip, snip. All right. So this guy, before I attach him, I want to take the Wink of Stella and just color all over him. All right. So I want to put him on some baker's twine. Oh, that's got silver. Ugh, nope. Let's get some plain old white. I don't want the silver and gold together. I think that's not going to look good. Okay, so that'll be about enough. So I want to fish this through one of his, these spine areas. This, actually, whatever it'll fit through. Okay, now I will open this up with my left and both these tails flip over and come through. And then just be careful when you tug on it. You just don't want to tug it completely out of there. All right, and now I'm just going to tie a knot because I want this to hang off of the ribbon. That seems like too, not far down enough. So let me try this again. Come on. All right, that's gonna do it. I'm gonna cut that off. Okay, so now I started to tie this. This is just how I attach tags and stuff. So I will hold that with a finger and then fish this ribbon end through the baker's twine. Come on. And then I like to tie this in a knot. All right, so then our little guy hangs off of there, and then I'll tie it in a bow. Looks like I could have used a little bit more of this ribbon, but you get what you get. All right, let me flip it and just give a little trim. Cute. Okay, so that is a quick custom size box for whatever goodies you need. It fit the goodies that I needed, and that's how I do the math of how do I know what size box that I need. It all depends on, it starts with what you want to put in it, and then you measure it and work your way out that way. So I hope you like this. I hope it was helpful to you, gives you an idea or something. Have a great night. Thanks. Bye.